Hey everybody, welcome back. So, as it says in the title, Game Break's moving, or I'm moving with my wife. And where we're moving to is Japan. Yes, we are moving to Japan this weekend. We're going to have to quarantine, obviously, when we first arrive for about 10 days, but then we'll be able to move into our new house. So, what's that mean for the channel? How'd this come about? I'll kind of go over all that. So, the only reason this YouTube channel even really started is because of COVID and the fact I got delayed. This isn't something I haven't mentioned on the channel yet because it's been such an ongoing process for years now at this point. I'm going to be working at a junior high school as an assistant English teacher. That's what I'll be doing, and this is through a government-sponsored program in Canada. It's called the JET program. So I'll be placed in a school in Japan, renewing yearly contracts, doing that kind of thing. So what happened was I got delayed because of COVID, because Japan totally shut its borders down to virtually everybody. And I think that was even including their own citizens at one point. And right now there's barely anyone getting into the country. I think it's foreign nationals and essentially us, because it's a government sponsored program. I don't think there's any other teachers or anyone else being hired by any Japanese companies really getting in. I know they are lifting their restrictions, but it's happening very slowly. So we're finally going there. I've been trying to make this happen for years and years. The first time I got in with this program, I was as an alternate candidate, didn't get called up. And then of course, the year I got called up, COVID hit. So we got delayed about 2 or 3 times. We're finally making our way over there. It's a dream come true. And once again, I didn't want to say anything because I just didn't really know what was going on until I knew for sure. We're a couple of days out now. The chance of us getting delayed now is very, very small. Pretty much non-existent, I would like to say. So no, I'm really excited. And what it means for the channel is there's going to be a bit of a lull in content. There has been the last month because just getting ready for Japan, all the paperwork, the packing, storing vehicles, all that stuff takes a lot of time. And then you can maybe hear it in my voice a little bit. I've been sick the last week too, so that really slowed things down. I'm just finally starting to feel better. And I have to go for a COVID test tomorrow. And I'm so paranoid that it was maybe COVID I had. I don't think it was. I think it was just a cold. So my wife had it and I feel that's what I got. So, oh my gosh, if I tested positive for COVID, I'd be delayed at least another 90 days. I'd probably cry on the spot because it's just been so hard saying goodbye to everybody already and all that and saying all those goodbyes. I said goodbye to my dad today and that was incredibly difficult. It was super hard. Yeah, so no, I'm really excited. Got a new house that we'll be staying in. We'll get everything set up there. So there will be a bit of a lull. I will have internet while I'm in quarantine at the hotel. So I'm hopefully going to be able to do some content there. I was hoping to do like top 10 best games of the year and stuff like that and reactions and all that good stuff. But we'll just have to see how things go because I'm going to have to be doing some orientation and training for my new job while in quarantine as well. And then when I get out of quarantine to my new house, if any of you don't know, there's a lot of bureaucracy in Japan. Things can happen very slowly. So when it comes to getting internet and all that stuff, it could take a little bit of time. Right. And then obviously there's the added thing of getting comfortable with my new job and the language barrier and everyday monotonous things from getting a haircut to groceries to buying a new fridge and all that. That stuff's going to take so much more time and so much longer because of the language barrier. And I've even been taking Japanese classes and learning Japanese, but even then it's still going to take a long time because it's really hard to read the hiragana, katakana and all that kanji. And there's one thing to be said for learning the language and writing it down and speaking to yourself and doing listening comprehension on your own versus actually day-to-day living. But there will be assistance to help me from the school, not assistance, but essentially like, oh my God, I can't even think of the term, a handler from the school to help me set up bank accounts, all that stuff. So they do a really good job in helping us feel settled and at home. So when the next time you see me, the environment's going to be very different. If it's not a hotel room, it's going to be at our new place. And it's not going to look anything like this. It's going to be way smaller. It's going to take me time to get everything gussied up and all that. And another thing is a lot of you were asking me about streaming. That's a big reason why I didn't get into the whole streaming thing while I was here in Canada doing it, because I knew I'd have to let it go with the new job and getting settled and bringing my wife and making sure she's comfortable and just the myriad other things I probably can't even think about that are going to be happening to me there. I just figured it was a bad call. And then with the time difference too, and so many people that watch my channel being in North America, maybe I'll start streaming there at some point, but we're going to have to see how it works with the day-to-day job, right? So I have every intention of keeping the channel going. We'll just have to see how the work-life balance goes and all that. It shouldn't be too difficult. I'm not going to be as overloaded as a lot of the heroes doing the full-time teaching. Those Japanese teachers, they work very, very hard. So, I will update you on a case, but I guess I'll update you on a need-to-know basis with what's going on. And the funny thing too is with the house we're staying in. So the house we are in is owned by the school. So that's where we're going to be living. And for decades, I'm guessing this house was constantly inherited by subsequent succeeding teachers. But because of COVID, the house got gutted. They sold everything. So now we're moving into an empty house, and we thought the transition was going to be fairly easy because it was going to be fully furnished and all that. So that is going to be quite the experience, just having to deal with getting obviously fridges and stoves and TV and all that stuff. But it's going to be a lot of fun too. I have been in Japan a few times and always had a lot of fun kind of, navigating my way through the culture. So that'll be quite the experience. So no, I'm going in with no expectations. Not that I think it'll be terrible or anything. I'm just keeping my expectations in check. I've been to Japan before, so I know a little bit of what to expect. My wife's never been, so she's probably tripping a little bit more than I am in terms of what's going to be going on. And we're not in a big city. We're in a smaller town or rural area as well. So it's going to be quite different from my experience because I lived in Tokyo for a month and then I toured Kyoto, Osaka, and Tokyo again and all that. So it's going to be a brand new experience. Absolutely. So if you guys have any questions or thoughts or anything, definitely let me know. And actually, you know what? I think one of you asked for a bit of a tour of my film space, and it's not exactly the neatest, but I'll do that right now for you anyway. So as you can see, got my lights set up here in the office, got this desk I borrowed because we're living with in-laws in the interim, moved from our place to this place. Been here about 6 months and they had this open room for me to use. So that was great. Got some blackout blinds here. A little bit of a showcase with the shelf here. So you can see I got Zelda, some old school Final Fantasy figures here. Got my Fire Emblem amiibo, friggin' love Fire Emblem. Got a copy of One Piece there. Been reading and watching that manga for decades. Legend of Heroes stuff, pretty straightforward. And I got a lot of stuff in storage. And I'm actually rebuilding my collection a little bit because I sold an absolute ton of it. The lion's share of it. Almost the only thing I kept was all my Suikoden titles. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole setup. Nothing too crazy when all's said and done. And I'm probably not even gonna have this much room in Japan. I know I won't, to set up a filming station and all that. So it'll be looking quite different once again, everybody. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not too much else to talk about. So as always, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for your love and support. It's been an absolute blast this last year and a half. It's, grown in ways I never thought it would. And once again, if I hadn't gotten delayed by COVID, I might have never started this channel. So as much as it sucks not getting to Japan right away, I got to experience this too. So as always, thanks for watching, everybody, and hopefully I'll be seeing you soon rather than later. I am working on some videos right now. Hopefully I will post them in the meantime, but until next time.